trophy up there?
No, I don't know where it is. I didn't take it off the court with me. Someone has it. Hope they can get it to me.
I didn't know where it is.
That too.
Please raise your hand for questions for John Isner.
Get some general comments what it's like to repeat and gut out a win like that.
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Actually, both my titles this year are the exact same titles I won last year. So defending a title is not easy. There's pressure on you coming into the tournament. So I think for me to do that at both Newport and here Winston-Salem, it should help me a lot. I feel like going forward in the coming years. But I'm just absolutely thrilled. It was a very good match. It was an incredible atmosphere. It was a lot of fun to play out there. There were certainly some tense times, all throughout the match, and at times it probably wasn't the prettiest tennis, but I was able to gut it out, and very, very proud of that. So I'm a little tired, but I think I'm going to play on Wednesday, the US Open. So I should be fine.
How much of a factor was the crowd, John?
They're a big factor. In that first set, I was sort of, I was out of sorts, so to say. It was similar to last year's final. I didn't play too great in the first set, and the conditions were very similar too. All throughout this tournament, we had pretty much perfect weather, calm, nice, and today was pretty blustery out there, and kind of caught me off guard a little. And the first set wasn't that great, but the crowd did help me from that point on for sure.
So, John, who does better Superman, you or Cam?
Cam.
What
I'm just an imposter, that's for sure.
What possessed you to do that?
I've done it, I think it's only the second time I've ever done that. So, last year when I won the tournament, I did, you guys are going to make fun of me, I did the Randy Orton. He's a WWE wrestler. So, figure I'll pay homage to Cam Newton, especially since I'm in North Carolina.
John, your serve really picked up at the end. What was the key to that?
It did. I don't know. As matches go on, and I got a lot of adrenaline going. Even if I am a little bit tired, I tend to hit my best serves and just go after it. And that's what I did. Pretty much after that first set, I did it. Both sets. I did it in the tiebreaker. It was. It helped me, as it always does.
John, what's going through your mind where he's winding up on that shot in open court?
Well, I was prepared to all-out dive if that ball got over the net, and I was. Look, I know that I'm fortunate to have won this match. It could have easily gone the other way, but I don't know what to say. I'm just. Always consider myself a lucky guy, and it happened again today. So but it was no shots were really easy, but because of the conditions, it was hard to get on top of the ball. It was moving pretty much everywhere. So even a routine shot like that, or it seemed routine, it's not that easy. Considering the circumstances of the match point, and considering the conditions.
Well, talk about so many mini breaks in the tiebreaker. I think that was kind of surprising, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of went against the flow of the match in general. I was up a mini break twice, I think, and I didn't make any first serves on those points, and he played some good returns. So I knew if when I was up 1-0, 2-1, I wasn't anywhere close to being out of the woods there. So I wasn't surprised. That's why he's one of the best players in the world. I knew he was gonna make it tough, and that's exactly what he did.
Can you describe the pressure of facing match point on his serve?
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. I believe he missed the first serve on that first match point, which that helped. I know as the match wore on, I felt like he started to serve better. The set he served the worst was the first set, and he cleaned my clock in that set. So I was happy to see a second serve. I was able to get in the point and just scrapped it out. It wasn't pretty, but, you know, he made a mistake at the end on a ball that, you know, he normally probably makes. But, you know, I was just happy just to have, you know, at that point you just want to make the guy play.
What does it mean to you to be the highest ranked American on the tour heading into next week?
Yeah, it means a lot. I've actually something I've always strived to reach, the top American, and, you know, being the top American by a pretty decent margin too. You know, heading into the U.S. Open is you know, is going to be pretty special for me. I've never had this, you know, feeling before. I've never been the top American heading into, you know, our home Grand Slam. So and I don't think it's going to put any pressure on me. You know, I'm going into this the U.S. Open feeling pretty good about myself.
John, the first game of the second set, your break game, you were it looked like you were much more aggressive with your returns than you had been before that. Did you feel like you had to shake things up a little bit? Or? Yeah,
I did, and it wasn't easy out there. I wasn't really able to free up at all, and I think a lot of that had to do with the conditions. It was tough. Like I said, it was tough to get on top of the ball. You know, and it was tough to hit really through the court. You kind of had to play high and heavy in conditions like this. You want to aim for bigger margins. So I couldn't quite, I feel like, you know, go for my shots because it was tough. It was very tough, you know, out there playing. But that game sort of got me going. At that point, I knew it was anybody's match.
When you talk about the wind, he mentioned that it wouldn't have even been as big a problem if the wind at least had been consistent in one direction.
That's
you never had any idea.
I was against the wind on one side, with the wind on that same side. It was not, you know, it wasn't like I said, it wasn't consistent at all. I never knew which side I was, you know, whether the wind was at my back or in my face. It changed all throughout the match, which is something that I haven't seen that often.
You now won 2 of your 5 ATP titles here at this tournament, the Triad, where you grew up. Where does this tournament rank among the tournaments that you play every year?
Yeah, it's very special. You know, I've only won 5 titles, and 2 of them have come here. So this tournament is certainly right up there. And I'm so happy to have played well at this event 2 years in a row. It really is amazing. It's a lot of fun to you know, win in front of a pretty much 100% home crowd. So that's what I had last year, and that's what I had again this year.
You have Belize in the first round, and you're in the quarter with Ferrer. Talk about how the draw shapes up for you.
I mean, I haven't really looked too far ahead. I never tried to. I know I have Melise in the first round. I've played him 3 times. He's beat me twice. So, you know, it's going to be. I expect it to be a really tough match. He's sort of you never really know what you're going to get with him. He's a shot maker. He can come out. He can play really well, but then again, he can not play so well. So I hope I can get that side of him. But he's a talent, and he returns really well. His ground shoot's great. So it's gonna be a good match. I'm gonna have to, you know, everything I do for the next 3 days is gonna be all geared, you know, towards that first round match.
John, you got to get into a lot of points today. At what point did you realize that was going to be that kind of day, and how did that affect that play?
Yeah, it's just it was one of those days where I wasn't, you know, I didn't feel, or physically I was fine, but I didn't, you know, my balls, a lot of times my balls, they weren't finding the court, so sort of try to grind it out a little bit more, and that's what I told myself at certain points I was going to have to do. I was going to, you know, I'm not the fastest guy in the world, but I was going to try to get to every ball, and it helped me out in this match. I feel like I made him play, you know, I made him play some extra shots. I think at the 9-all point in the tiebreaker, he was in control, and I made him play one more shot, and it clipped the net in my favor. So I knew at a certain point in the match, in the first set and second set, I knew I was going to have to work, you know, work for a lot of my points.